taught me to stand. They preach their words, but I feel no flame. I carry the old blood, not their name. I am the spirit of the fire, burning higher, higher, higher. No church, no walls can hold my ground. I make the difference, the drums resound. Painted skies and rivers wide, that God can't see where spirits hide. They built their temples in stone and dust, but the earth beneath is what I trust. What good is a prayer that no one hears, when the wind is spoken for 1,000 years? I am the spirit of the fire, burning higher, higher, higher. No church, no walls can hold my ground. I make the difference, the drums resound.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel, where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to an episode of In Your Face. Now, today's episode, we're going to actually have to talk a little bit about cars, okay? And I already hear some of you saying, Prince Magnum, I thought talking about cars would fall under do-it-yourself budget hot rodding. Well, this is one time where we have to make an exception. And it's going to make sense once we dive into it. Now, for those that are unfamiliar with this series of In Your Face, it's in the proverbial sense that it's like I grab hold of you by the collar of your shirt and bring you in and tell you how it really is. Of course, again, that's in a proverbial sense. Now, out of the gate, since we're talking cars, obviously I am sitting right next to the fender of Project Spirit. Right behind me is the other fender, the brand new one, and of course the filler piece between the bumper and the body itself. And of course over here in the corner of the shop is the old bumper for Project Spirit, along with other various pieces out here. Okay, so what's so special about, you know, talking about Project Spirit in a video like this? Well, in the area I live in, there is a car club known as the Foothills Car Club. And for years I've been talking about setting them straight. Okay? Now I highly doubt these aging baby boomers would really watch YouTube, but I really don't give a rat's ass in this case. Okay? The reality of it is these aging baby boomers that started this car club all the way back in 1967 have their idea of what hot rodding should be. Okay? Now, 20 years ago, they're absolutely right. That's what hot rodding still was. Times have changed, okay? The cars that we see in hot rodding today is what the young people can get their hands on. You know, cars like Project Lena. I mean, a young person could go over to a junkyard, find one that's got a straight frame on it, and rebuild it, and have an awesome, cute little hot rod, okay? It's their own personal custom car, and there's a little bit of an aftermarket for it. Or they can find that, you know, even though I'm not a fan of them, they can find that JDM car that, you know, maybe the engine's blown up. It's sitting in a junkyard. And there's still a lot of good there. They could drag that sucker home, work on it an entire summer, and have one hell of an awesome car. So why in the hell would they have a problem with hot rodding's, you know, face changing a little bit? Well, as I said, these are aging baby boomers that still think they have the finger on the pulse of what makes hot rodding awesome. No, they don't. The world of hot rodding has had to change. Case in point, every once in a while, when I would still take Project Spirit to a car show, yeah, you're going to tell them all about it, aren't you? When I would still take Project Spirit to a car show, you would still have some asshole that would walk up and say, awesome car, but it has too many doors. Well, I'm a family man, as you can see. Trying to fit your kids in the back of a two-door classic. I'd say classic, but Project Spirit's an antique. She passed classic a long time ago. But trying to fit your kids in the back of a two-door version of, say, something like Project Spirit or an old Mustang or something like that, well, it sucks. Especially when you're talking car seats and things like that. Okay? So, that being said, we're talking that it's just not something you want that sounds like fun. Especially when you're going to car shows or, whatever. Four-door makes sense, okay? Four-door makes sense. But you have these people that think that hot rodding is just two-door cars, okay? Never mind the folks that show up with the awesome station wagons. I love those guys, okay? I love an awesome station wagon, okay? So, what's the problem? All right? The face of hot rodding has had to change because the two doors are gone for the most part. All that's left are the four doors. Those are the ones that are untouched. And oftentimes, they're so untouched that you don't run into the bullshit that you run into with, say, like a lot of your two doors, where people have done bad things to them, not fixing them right, and you're having to go in and fix their mistakes. Okay? Those of you out there who've worked on them for a while know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? So the gatekeeping assholes will look down their nose if someone shows up with a four-door. But then when you're piling the kids out, they still don't get it. When I say that these baby boomers don't have a clue, all right, bear in mind I'm a Gen Xer, so my tolerance of baby boomers is like real thin, okay? We're talking I have very little bit of tolerance for their bullshit anymore. They're not making the classics anymore. And the ones you do find are going to be too expensive for the young folks. They have to get what they can get. Which means modern cars that you wouldn't normally think would fit the hot rodding genre. Okay? Cars like, again, the JDMs or front wheel drive, or even the front wheel drive. The front wheel drive, cars that some people just ran the piss out of until they went belly up. Okay, so that's what's out there for them. This keeps the hot rod world riding. That's one of the reasons why we love Project Lena as much as we love Project Spirit. Okay, that's why. But also along with that, these gatekeeping pricks that have no idea what the fuck they're talking about anymore. Today's hot rodding world has changed, whether they want it to or not. There are more women than ever before turning wrenches and building some really awesome rides. And the future of hot rodding isn't with old timers like myself. With it's our young ladies that are going to keep the spirit of hot rodding here in the U.S. alive and well. Case in point.
Rusty panels, but strong inside.
right, folks. Little baby girl is already learning how to do body work to them old cars, which means the spirit of hot rodding doesn't lie in people like me. I'm holding the future of hot rodding right now, okay? The future of hot rodding is right here in my arms. Take that in for a second. All right? It's dads like me that's passing it on to young ladies like this. All right? People like the old timers in the Foothills Car Club, they don't want to hear that. They think it's a man's world. It's not anymore. There are more women today than ever before turning wrenches, and they've actually gotten to the point where they outnumber the men. So the spirit of hot rodding is right here in my arms. And for some of you dads out there, you're holding the future of hot rodding, just like I am. Okay? Them old timers that think they understand the world of hot rodding, they'll claim it's only two doors. That's because they resent their family. They'll claim that women can't get in it, can't do it. That's because they're chauvinists. Okay? And they say that guys like my buddy on the BST Ford channel, they'll say that he can't do what they do because they're still racist. Folks, the world of hot rodding has to change. Alright? Now, all that being said, as always, get over to Patreon. $1 a month grants you access to Cinema's Discord, and of course all proceeds go back into the channel. It'll go towards, as I talked about in previous videos, it'll go into investments for the channel, which those investments will pile up and allow me to do more work, okay? Bringing you videos where we can do stuff to, do stuff to Project Spirit, and of course Project Lena. Thunder. Along with that, we've got Teespring, all merchandise. Again, proceeds go back into the project cars in some way, shape, or form. First investment, then project cars. All right. That brings us to the spot where baby girl and I get to say to all of you, get out there and work on a project. Don't care what it is, just do something with yourselves. Remember, idle hands and a creative mind go together like oil and water. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet and do something special for them today. And as always, for every last one of you out there, if no one out there has told you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you, and have a happy 24. Thank you. And thank you.
Dust clouds rise, wheels grind the stone. Steel beast roars, a soul alone. Ancestors whisper, fight the chase, awaken the beast. Iron horse, freedom rides, spirit burns.
Wrong, do you hear me? Wrong. This is... Wrong me, my brains are... Oh.